Ladies, welcome back to my channel where I am going through my absolute viral glow up journey where I went from this to this and I got millions of views on that on my TikTok. Today we are discussing the topic that I wanted to talk about at first because I do believe that this was the biggest change in all of that. And of course, before you tell me like, yeah, you did some medical procedure, medical aesthetic procedure and surgery and all that. Yes, that's true. And I also lost quite some weight and I will make videos about all of this soon as I can. But today I want to talk about the hormonal issues, the thyroid issues, and high cortisol, so high stress hormones. Because I do believe that the biggest factor that changed my appearance so much was this hormonal health issues and high cortisol. Why do I think so? Look, this was my face before I went to university, when I was obviously like super young. This is a picture from like 10 years ago or more. And I didn't have that much stress at that point. And I was waiting on that picture like maybe a little bit less than now. Then I decided to go to like literally the hardest university I was able to get into, and it was very stressful period of my life, and my face started swelling like crazy. So you can see this is like before university picture, and that is like when I like couple months in the university or like after a year or something. And interesting thing about these two pictures is that my weight didn't change that much. Like this initial swelling was just swelling on my face that was caused from a lot of stress, for no sleeping, for working very hard. But I looked like so much different on the second picture, but I didn't initially gain any weight. So I was on this picture still like around my current weight or even less. So that's why I really do believe that it's mostly my face part. It's mostly hormones and stress. Then I actually started gaining weight, and it was horrible. I started gaining weight very, very fast, and because I started gaining weight and I am so-called perfectionist, I started exercising a lot because my first initial thought was like, not that maybe something is wrong with me that I'm suddenly gaining weight, but I was like, yeah, for sure, I'm just eating too much and I'm sitting too much. So I started exercising. And my logic for the exercises was, okay, let me find the most efficient exercise because I don't have time, because I'm doing very stressful, very hard university. And on top of that, I'm working full time. So I don't have time and I don't even sleep at that point. So let me find the hardest exercise. And that was running, because it burns the most calories, but you also like don't need to go anywhere to do this sport. You can just do it around the house and so on, right? So I started running, started from like low distances, because obviously I didn't have like that much stamina and all that to run more. But like I was really pushing myself to be better, to run more, to run faster, to jog more, And I kid you not, I went to the point that I was running every single day 20 kilometers. I will try to, let's see, maybe I try to find a screenshot from my Apple Health, because also that time I was addicted to Apple Watch and measuring every single calorie that I burn and all that. I was really running 20 kilometers a day, which is crazy. And also like now then I had like crazy problems with my knees, obviously. But anyway, then I started looking a little bit for health, because I also health like problems, right? Because I also had some problems with my period and so on. And then I started going to the doctors because it was not good. It was not right that I was exercising so much, but I was not really losing weight. I was still gaining. And also, before I tell you about the health problems, the thing was that I fell into this very, very bad circle. I was basically gaining more and more and more. Like I gained 20 kilograms because I was running like crazy, that was really increasing my cortisol level, which is stress level, and also it was burning a lot. So then I was like throwing myself on the food, and I was overeating, and I was having crazy cravings, and I was thinking about the food all the time. So then I was eating more, and then obviously had to exercise even more because of what I ate the day before. And on top of that, because of all this, cortisol, and it was so high that I couldn't sleep, because this is what happens when you have high cortisol. So then I couldn't fall asleep. I was waking up like, I was super tired, pushing myself even more, running and eating even more, and it was this very bad circle. Like I started gaining weight and so on. It was really bad. It was really bad. And then I started seeking some medical help, and I was like in the meantime, in that whole circle, I was going to the doctors and doing blood tests, and it came out that I had multiple issues, like autoimmunologic diseases, like with problems with my hormones, with my thyroid, with my insulin. And I don't want to tell you here exactly like what things I have and what medications I was taking and I'm taking still right now, because I do believe that everyone is different and you need to go to the doctor, and you should not like get me as an example here. Everyone is different. Just know that if you are in the situation that you exercise, don't really eat, but you're still gaining weight, something is wrong. Go to the doctor. And I went to the doctor. They gave me some like different types of pills. And this was where the swelliness of my face started going down, but really slightly. I think I was still swollen my face. Maybe I started like losing a little bit or not gaining anymore when I was on the pills. But hey, I was still in that very bad circle of running like crazy, and then eating, and then working and stressing myself and so on. So even though all this medication helped, it just helped a little bit, stopped my weight gain, I think, but it was still bad, because obviously my cortisol was still over the roof. And I didn't know that much. I mean, maybe I knew, but like when you are so like coded in your brain that, oh, I ate too much yesterday, now I need to run it out. It's really hard. It was it was a mental problem. I was having problem like allow myself not to run so much. Like even though like I've heard that it might be cortisol, like it was really hard for me to allow myself to not exercise that much when I knew that the yesterday was not perfect in the sense of food, So I was really pushing myself, and it was like, I don't know, 2 years where I was living like this. And imagine running 20 kilometers and working full time. Like this was already when I finished university. Like you have no life. You have no life because it takes so much time. If you want to do it every single day, it was taking so much time for me that I had no life. And on top of that, I was not looking good. Like I was exercising the hell out of me, but I was looking bad, and I was looking worse with time, and just like this. And it went to the point that it was also the time that my sleeping problems were getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And at some point, I just said, let's F it. Like I have enough of this. I don't want my life to look like this. I am young. I should be enjoying my life and not waste all my best years on working and exercising. Like I'm exercising so much, but I'm still looking bad. I'm still fat. And what? I can also not exercise at all. I will be still fat, maybe fatter, but at least I will have life and something out of that. Like it's so illogical to keep this lifestyle. And I got so pissed. It was also like very hard. There was some other events in my life also at that time. And it was the time I also, sold everything and moved to another continent, whatever. But I stopped exercising. And guess what happened? I started losing all that water. And I started losing all that weight. And it was... I will make a completely separate video about my weight loss, because like there is a lot of like psychological background that I need to change. But anyway, what I want to tell you is the moment I stopped exercising that hard, like I actually had a period when I didn't exercise at all this water went down from my face and from my body also, you know, like I even like my fingers got so skinny and so on. But I tell you something, and it's really important because even now, sometimes I have this thing like, oh, I eat too much and then I gain a kilogram on two, and then I catch myself again throwing myself into exercises and running more or something. I get swelliness on my face immediately if I do it. So, reducing stress, reducing cortisol, and taking care of your hormones. Obviously, it's not for everyone. Not like all of you watching this. Most of you don't have thyroid or hormonal problems and don't need it. This is a video for people who have swollen face. And one, go to the doctor, check your hormones, check your thyroid. Two, reduce stress. So how I reduce stress, just to sum it up. I stopped the very heavy exercises. And for some period, I told you before, like I didn't exercise at all. Then I started again because I do believe like exercise is still healthy and you still need it. And now I exercise also like every single day in the morning because this is like when I do it, I feel good. But I do different types of exercises. So most of the times, because it's also convenient for me, I just go on a treadmill in the morning, but I don't run. Most of the times I just walk, and it's not even inclined walk, it's just a normal walk, and I just walk and I maybe listen to some music, or I put this auto scroll on TikTok, and this is how I start my day. And I figured like this is like I need a little bit of movement in the morning to feel better during the day. Sometimes if I feel very energetic, I would do like a slower jogging also for 10 minutes or 20. That's it. And then I walk. I always try to do like 1 hour, so 20 minutes light jogging and then 40 minutes walk. But I don't push myself anymore. If I feel like no, I don't do. If I feel like I'm very energetic, I will do. And this is really helpful because I also heard that a lot of people now, they do this little jumping in the morning. I don't know if you guys heard like there's some people that they wake up and they do hundreds jumps in place, and I think this walking like works the same way, and that is like the goal of that is to kind of wake up your lymphatic system, that is like basically, you know, detoxing all of your body and so on. So this is what I do. Or sometimes I go for Pilates. I still try to exercise a little bit, but you know, like I do kind of what I feel like doing, or also based on location. Like we have like multiple apartments and we travel a lot. So when I'm right now in Dubai, I mostly do treadmill and just walking because there's a gym in the building, and it's convenient to go down for the treadmill, just walk. Sometimes I go to Pilates, but in Dubai I don't like it that much because it's such a, you know, big trip to go to Pilates in Dubai. Like you need to take this taxi and go for, I don't know, 20 minutes or something. I don't like it that much here, but sometimes I still go. When I'm in Bali, for example, I do like even 2 times a day for Pilates because I love it there and it's so convenient to go. When I'm in Europe, then maybe I will do YouTube workouts, but like, you know, like exercising your butt and so on, like maybe with Pamela Rife or something. This is what I do, the exercises, and I always try to keep it 1 hour and something that I feel like I like doing something. But you know, at that point, like I was having this time that I didn't exercise at all, but then I felt like I miss a little bit of movement, you know. And that this is where like right now, if I don't do any workout, I miss it. I miss it. I like moving my body. So this I do, but I'm very gentle with myself. Then two, I sleep. I sleep. Just the thing with me is that I don't have this problem that I go to bed late or I don't want to go to bed or something at that point, because right now I don't have that much work. So I have time actually for sleeping. I mean, I still have work, but just back in the days I had extreme amount of work. But the thing about me is because for so many years, because that hormonal journey, it took like easy, I don't know, 6 years, 8, when I was in this stupid circle. Um, I am so grateful that I have an option now to lay down in bed and actually fall asleep fast, that I love falling asleep and I really appreciate it, and I sleep 7-8 hours every day. I'm really happy that it's possible for me, like really. But imagine if, I don't know, for 5 years you cannot sleep properly. Like this is how you start appreciating things. So I sleep. And also one last thing that was actually the big step for this cortisol for me is actually going into relationship. If you're coming from my TikTok, you know that I talk a lot about relationships, and I really try to get the girls into relationships because my relationship was a game changer for me in terms of stress, because my partner, he took so much stress out of my life that I think like that helped me so much in terms of the stress. And like I lost literally in the relationship with him. I mean, I started losing like before him, but in the relationship with him, this weight loss just came like this. I will make a separate video about weight loss. 20 kilograms like this. I mean, it took me 3 years to lose this weight. I will make a video. But with him, like, you know, because he took on himself all the stressful thing. He's really making sure that I am not stressed, and that even though, you know, I have my projects, I have my work, that I have this soft life and all this adult stuff, all the stress he's taking care of that. It's a very healthy relationship for me, and I have so much less stress that I think that really helped me with all my health issues, to be honest. So yeah, if you also want to listen to my dating advice, I don't know if I want to put on this channel dating advice, but I have already on my TikTok if you're interested. And yeah, that was mostly it. And right now I feel really healthy. I don't have that much work. It's also a little bit hard for me, to be honest, because I really reduced the amount of work for my health. But sometimes I get this little anxiety in me because I got so used to working like so much that sometimes I feel bad with myself that I could work more. Because, you know, for many years you work a lot and then you kind of try to slow down. Like, even though it's good for my health, I feel bad with myself that I don't work that much, and I feel like I have so much unused potential and so on. But I just know that, you know, I couldn't go more like that. So I prefer, okay, maybe make a little bit less money, but be healthy. And yeah, and here I am. So last 6-8 years I was taking different pills. Right now, because I also reduced stress that much, I'm trying even to go off all of that different medication that the doctors gave me. So I'm working with a doctor and I'm trying to get off medication, because I also think that all this hormonal and thyroid problems, like, they were very much connected to the level of stress and work that I had, and now that I don't have it, I'm really trying to reduce it. But it's also an interesting journey. Anyway, I hope that someday I will not have to take this medication anymore. And yeah, it's the first part of my series, what I did. I will be making more videos, because obviously you cannot go from this to this with just hormones. Obviously my face got so much less swollen. You can even see it like on my eyelids, like how much less swelliness you have. And, you know, I did also some like medical aesthetic procedure, but like, you know, when I post on TikTok that I lost this face fat, like, you know, like from here, a lot of people, first of all, a lot of people tell me that I get some, I didn't even know what that is. It's like V-line surgery, they say. I didn't even know what that is. Apparently it's shaving bone. I didn't. This is all swelliness. So I never got a filler here. This is just my bone. I was getting master Botox, but to be honest, I didn't get, I don't know, maybe you will see. This muscle is still there, you see, because I didn't get the master Botox like a year already. And my face is still like, look how skinny my face is. this is all, I promise you. Most of it is swelliness from the cortisol and hormones. And if you have any health problems, really take care of that and make health your priority. So yeah, in the next episodes, I will be talking about all the other things, like the procedures that I have done, my weight loss, my hair, everything that you're interested in. But I also made an ebook for you because this channel is really focused on me and what I did. But I also kind of made an ebook for you if you are interested to kind of use same methods on yourself and you want to find things for yourself, how you can change your person, because obviously everyone is different. Maybe you don't have same problems like I had. Maybe you don't need to do same things that I did. Maybe you don't have hormonal problems and so on. So if you want, there's a description in this video. There is a free ebook that you can use to also change yourself. And I see you in the next episode.